Okay.
Zoom meeting. Start my video. Alt plus B.
Welcome to our Cooking Without Looking TV show, Air Fryer Edition. I'm your host, Alan Preston.
And I'm Sylvia Stinson-Perez, standing in as co-host today for Annette Watkins.
Welcome, Sylvia. Today, we are taking a deep dive into air fryer cooking, especially for people who are blind or visually impaired.
Air fryers have taken home cooking to a new level. They've allowed us to cook different types of food with less oil, which is really important.
Yes, it is. Today, we are very fortunate to have two friends of Cooking Without Looking back to our show to show us how to use their air fryer skills, which makes cooking in the kitchen faster and safer.
We've got two guests today.
Yes.
Virginia Walsh is going to prepare sweet potato jerk fries. And Dave Carragher will whip up some chicken meatballs, all in the air fryer.
Well, just a reminder that everyone here on the Cooking Without Looking TV show are blind or visually impaired.
So let's get cooking. I can't wait. On the Cooking Without Looking TV show, Air Fryer Edition.
Today, we are happy to welcome back Florence Virginia Walsh, owner of the Facebook group, The Blind Side of Cooking with Flo. Welcome, Flo.
Hi, y'all. Thank you very much. And I appreciate y'all letting me be on the show.
Well, remind us a little bit about yourself, Flo. Fill our audience in.
Well, I no longer live in North Carolina. I moved here to Lake Placid, Florida, in January. And I'm learning mobility training to learn to go walk to the grocery store and to Publix now. And I can get to the post office on my own. I have macular degeneration, retinal detachment, glaucoma. I've also had a stroke, and I have aneurysms up in there in the head.
My golly, you got quite a range of things. I don't remember. Do you have a guide dog?
No, I do not, because you have to have excellent mobility skills first before you can get a guide dog, and your mobility trainer will not sign off on you getting a guide dog unless you have those good skills.
Working on those skills, eh?
Working on it, yes.
All right. Well, Flo, you're here today because we really want to learn about air fryer cooking, me especially. And I hear you're really good at it.
I love my air fryer.
Why did you purchase an air fryer to begin with? How did you get into this?
At first, I purchased a air fryer. It was a Farberware air fryer. It was a Black Friday deal back in 2016. And that's the one I had purchased, and had one knob or two knobs, and I can control that myself. Unfortunately, he met his demise and I dropped it. So I was given a gift of the Cuisinart toaster oven air fryer. And I like that style because I can fit 6 slices of bread in there and toast them up, or I can make air fried hot dogs, which I love. It's a convection oven as well, and it has control knobs, in which I like to be in control of my kitchen appliances instead of using an app. To me, you can run it better, I'd say, if you're in control of everything, especially in the kitchen.
Interesting. Is there something about the air fryer that's especially good for blind and visually impaired people?
Yes, you do not have to use oil on the stovetop. when you're making fried chicken, and that's what I did not like doing that. So I would never really make fried chicken until I got the air fryer. And when it's a cyclonic circulating, extremely hot air, and it is healthier for you as well because you're using a lot less oil than you would if you deep fried.
My cardiologist would love to hear that. So what's your favorite part about using the air fryer? And what did you learn about air fryers now that you wish you knew before you bought one?
They're a lot quicker. You can make fries or it takes me air fry a hot dog 7 minutes from start to finish at 350 degrees. And I never knew you could even make a hot dog in an air fryer. And it's just a lot less time less time when you're cooking in an air fryer.
I love my microwave too for that very reason. It's very quick. Air fryers, I'm all right. Well, Flo, I think we've gotten to that part of the show where you should be preparing your Jamaican jerk sweet potato fries. I'd love to see how you do this.
Yes. Okay, now I have one sweet potato here, and it's probably, I can put both my hands around it. So I would say it's medium size. And I'm going to slice it in half.
Lengthways?
Lengthwise, yes. And then I'm going to make like triangle French fries. I'm not looking what I'm doing. So, and you just, since I'm used to this, and I can get probably 5 fries out of this half of the potato. Yep.
So you're cutting the fries kind of big, fat, thick.
Yes, they're like I make them size of steak fries.
Ah, okay.
Because
Okay.
steak fries are a lot thicker. And this one I can only get 4 out of this half. And I'm not
I'm
the
a little
perfect
curious
cutter.
about how you cut those without cutting fingers.
I only cut my finger on paper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those paper cuts are killer.
Okay, and then I'm gonna put them in a bowl. And I have a glass bowl right here. And I put my knife away so I don't go cutting myself with it. And there's my glass bowl. I have, now since it's only 1 potato, I'm using 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's what I use when I'm making these or anything else. If it calls for oil, I use olive oil because it's healthier. So I'm going to pour that in. And then
Would you show us your potatoes? Show us your wedges. Hold up your wedges.
Yeah, we need to see what you're working on there. I think I see your head. I'm not real sure, but I think I see your head.
A little higher, Flo. There you go. Perfect.
there you go. Okay, now put the olive oil in there. And now I'm going to put, and I did 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then I'm going to do 1 sprinkling, 1 tablespoon of the Jamaican jerk seasoning. And it's a dry rub.
You can get this Jamaican jerk seasoning at the regular grocery store?
It depends, I guess, what grocery stores I buy mine. It's a Happy Belly brand. It's an Amazon brand, and it's inexpensive. So
Okay.
that's what I buy.
Okay.
I'm bringing some with me when I head up to New Jersey tomorrow. Because I'm going to be making these for my sister. All right, now I'm going to wash my hands.
So a tip that I can give for measuring, because she did a couple tablespoon things, is dipping versus shaking the oil out or the herb out. Is dipping with a spoon into it makes it a lot easier to measure accurately.
Yeah, I measured prior and put them in little things so that I know what I'm going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I'm gonna go get my air fryer basket. That's across the kitchen. And it's already has some fries in there.
By the way, Flo, I have heard really great things about that Cuisinart multi cooking device that you're talking about, the convection oven, toaster oven, air fryer. I have heard great things about it and its easy accessibility features.
Yes, they have there. I have the one with the control knobs, and it's here's the finished product of the potatoes. Can you see them? I don't want to face.
Oh, lost the screen.
Hold it up a little higher, Flo. Yeah, there, and yeah, move it a little to your left. There you go.
And they're wedges. They're wedged potatoes, and they're air fried already. That's the finished product. That's going to be part of my dinner.
All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these fries are so good that family members who don't even like sweet potatoes like these fries. Is that right?
Yes. And now my daughter-in-law, she says, Nana, you have to make them for all of us. So yeah, it's really, it basically, they taste like a snack, if you're asking me, because the Jamaican jerk spice is the sweet and spicy. And then with the sweet potatoes, that's sweet as well. So they're really good for a snack as well. Healthy for children too, if they like some spicy.
Okay. So now you arrange these potato slices in the basket, in the air fryer basket, or you just dump them in there randomly?
I placed them in there so because you want air flowing around each fry. So I placed them in a single line so the air can flow around all the fries.
Okay. And I assume that's what you're doing now, right? Putting them in there?
I'm taking the ones I have baked, air fried, and I'm putting them on a plate. I'm putting them on my white plate, and it's got a blue border, just in case people can't see them. And what I like to do, I don't have any, but I like dipping my sweet potato Jamaican jerk fries in applesauce.
That's interesting.
As a snack, and I'll do that.
I'm thinking, Flo, they would be absolutely amazing with some cinnamon instead of the jerk. If you weren't into the jerk seasoning, and for some cinnamon.
Yeah, my cousin, she put on some, what was it? Nutmeg? No. But yeah, and they're really
No, I'm
good.
serious. Okay, give me a second. Oh, did it?
We got a
my
little technical difficulty there, Renee. We lost the
Dave
screen.
is going to be so happy to know that we were all on watching him.
Dave's gonna be happy.
Oh, no. Well, it's so funny because I spoke with him this morning and I hear this alarm going off. And I said, what the heck is that? He said, it's this stupid fire alarm indicator, whatever.
Hello?
You have a
Hello?
way to.
He said it's not a
Hello?
fire alarm, it's a heat
Today?
alarm.
Hello, we're
So even
taping.
if there's no smoke, it goes off. So he was
Hello?
terrified.
That was interesting.
Oh my.
But yeah, so I just put them in a layer. Here's the finished product on a white plate. I don't know if you can see that. There's it.
I imagine our sighted audience can see that, and we have quite a sighted audience from what I understand too.
There's the.
I'm waiting for smell evasion. Renee, can we have that soon?
We
And
just use
taste.
our
And
imagination.
taste, Alan.
And I just put them in my air fryer basket. The ones I'm gonna be air frying to eat with my dinner as well.
Excellent.
And so I put them in a row so air can flow all around each fry and get them crispy that way.
Is there any particular setting? Well, how long do you put them in there for? And what temperature?
It depends on how crunchy you want your fries. If you want them, like I did, about 10-15 minutes on mine. If people want them done more, then add a couple or more minutes. You just have to keep checking them to your liking. And the same with the seasonings, especially Jamaican jerk spice, that some you can use less seasoning if you want. You don't have to use a whole tablespoon for one potato if you don't want that much spice.
Are there different temperatures of air frying, or is it just air frying?
Yeah. It goes, you can, on the Cuisinart, there's a keep warm cycle, and it goes all the way, I believe, to 500 degrees.
Okay. So how hot do you cook these fries?
I cook mine for about 10-15 minutes. I air fry mine.
On what temperature?
350 degrees for me.
350, okay.
Yeah. And if you want them even crispier, you can turn it up some more. The temperature.
Okay. Any other tips you got for us about air frying?
Just always make sure that you wear gloves, like oven gloves or oven mitts. Always make sure and never touch anything hot, because those machines will run hot on the outside as well. Unless it's just the handle alone, then that's all right, and that stays cool. And what I do is I can put a plate on top of my air fryer, and that will warm my plate. And it also will help when I put my food on my plate, it won't be cold, my plate.
That's very interesting. Yes, a cold plate will cool off food real
That's
fast.
right.
That's a good idea. Thank you.
It is.
Wow. Sylvia, do you have any questions?
I don't. I actually don't have an air fryer, and I have to tell you, everybody keeps talking about an air fryer, and so I'm feeling like it's probably a soon purchase. It's something I need, because let me tell you what, I love me some sweet potato fries, and you just can't make them good probably without that air fryer.
These type, they don't serve they'll sell sweet potato fries in restaurants and all, but they're not Jamaican jerk. They just put salt on them and, be done. Mostly the time they come frozen, when you're going out to restaurants. Then the Cuisinart air fryer that I have the larger model. There is a smaller model, then that's the one I had gotten from my son and daughter-in-law and my other son. And they each have one of the smaller ones. This way they have control knobs, and I can use it when I go visit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I like it.
Well, thank you very much, Flo. That was very good. I can't wait to try these sweet potato fries. And thank you.
Not a problem. Come on up, all of y'all.
Sylvia?
Well, now we're here with Dave Carragher from Prince Edward Island in Canada. And Dave, we know you've got some friends here today. Welcome.
I'm muting myself.
Sylvia,
Yes,
thank you for
Dave,
having me.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on today's show. It's an honor to be here.
Dave, you've also been here before, and so we're glad to have you back again. Give us a bit about yourself and your vision loss.
Yeah, so I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is a degenerative eye condition. So my sight gets worse over time. So you're always having to adapt to new levels of vision loss. But I don't really let that slow me down, as I like to cook and bake and do all kinds of things like this. So it's great to be here today.
Great to have you, and I can relate to that RP thing. So Dave, Flo shared with us why she has an air fryer. Tell us why you bought an air fryer and what you like about it.
Yeah, well, like Flo said, it's a much more safe way to fry foods. I don't never really like to try to do it on the stove top with oil. I've had an air fryer for quite some time. I had one of the very beginning ones. And now I have a Wi-Fi enabled Kasori air fryer, which I can operate completely with my phone.
Tell
So
us
that's
more
very
about
accessible.
that.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I want to know more.
Yeah, it comes with an app that you can run either through your phone or through your Alexa.
Mhm.
You can set the temperatures and tell it to start or stop, or all kinds of cool things with your phone or with your smart devices.
Now, Dave, is yours just an air fryer, or does it have all those other features like toaster oven, etc., that Flo's has?
No, mine is just an air fryer.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. That's cool. So is the app pretty accessible?
Yeah, it's very accessible,
Cool.
and you can on like multiple devices and stuff too. So that's great.
Great.
Are there a lot of these different brand names that have this accessible feature, or is it just this particular one?
In my experience, I find that this one seems to have the best app that syncs to it.
Okay.
It works very with your phone and voiceover. So
Good, thank you.
That's awesome. That's super interesting. Dave, you're making chicken meatballs today. I can't wait to hear about this recipe. So let's have you get started. This is another
Okay.
one where Alan and I are gonna be like, oh,
all right, so I have my ingredients kind of laid out here. So it's basically just going to be like a dump and go for me. I kind of pre-measured my ingredients beforehand. So I'm going to dump in half a cup of breadcrumbs, along with 1 egg. Next, I'm going to add half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Then I have my seasonings all pre-measured in this little bowl. And for those that can't see, I just want to let you know that I'm using these little glass bowls or metal or plastic, so I can determine which ingredient is which easily. And also, so I don't have to wash my hands often, I put on a latex glove. Now I'm going to add this package of chicken. In packages that I buy here, they mostly have like a piece of paper in the bottom. So you want to make sure that you get that out so you don't cook that with your chicken.
so Dave, I have to ask, is this ground chicken or what? Because you're making meatballs,
Yeah.
so I'm a little confused.
That I'm using. I think this is chicken breast. I tried it yesterday with chicken thighs, and that worked out very well as well. So
it is or it is not ground?
it is ground, yes. It's ground
Okay.
chicken.
Okay.
That you can just get at your grocery store.
You know what's so funny? And this might show my, this is a blind thing, is that sometimes you don't know what you can get.
Yeah,
I did
I
not
never
know
knew
you
that
could
they
get
had ground
in
chicken.
the grocery store.
I never knew.
Yeah, you can get this at your local grocery store. Just in your meat case, it comes in like where we live. It comes in 1 pound packages usually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm just using a mixing spoon to mix this all up into a big ball. Then I'm gonna use a measuring scoop to scoop out the balls and put them in the air fryer.
And I'm guessing you can vary your seasonings based on what you like.
Yeah, this is like a ground chicken is a pretty much a blank canvas. You can pretty much put any seasonings in you want. Like you can make them jerk if you wanted to. Use the seasonings that Flo used.
Mm-hmm.
So I got
So Dave, could you use a liquid like a barbecue sauce as well, or would that mess up the consistency?
I've never done that, but I think if you were to use a liquid like that, you might not need the egg because I think that would make it too wet.
Okay.
And then I think that would mess with the cooking time.
Okay.
But I could always give it a try. Now that I have the meat mixed here, I have my air fryer. And my air fryer just comes out with it's a basket. So I'm going to set this alongside here. And I have a 1 ounce measuring cookie scoop that I use to make these with. And just like Flo said beforehand, you want to leave them in a single layer in the basket. So I'm going to mix these up, few of these up, and put them in. And then that way I hopefully will be able to show you how the app works as well. So I'll just do 4 or 5 of these for time's sake. And the cookie scoop helps you keep them all the same size. So they all cook around the same time.
That makes sense.
I'm just going to wash my here.
Hey, I thought you were wearing gloves. I took a close look there. It looked like you were wearing gloves.
Can you say that again?
I said, it looked to me like you were wearing gloves.
Yeah, I put on a nitrile or a latex glove.
Okay.
So I chicken without having to wash my hands multiple times.
But you do have to wash the goo off the gloves from time to time, yeah.
Yes, there's quite a few bags.
What are you cooking? Oh,
Okay, so I have the meat in the air fryer now. So I'm going to open my app.
can you turn it up a little bit, Dave? Can you increase the volume on that a bit?
Can you hear that better?
Mm-hmm.
So I can set the time and the temperature. And then I had to put a bump dot on the actual machine because it's a touch screen.
Mm-hmm. So why do you actually have to touch the machine? I couldn't really hear the phone though.
Yeah. So I have it going, and then in the oven I have some big ones.
So do you have to touch the actual air fryer to like launch everything after you set the time and the temperature on the app?
You do, yeah.
Okay. So you can't make this, virtually. You can't like be somewhere else and go, oh, I put my stuff in the air fryer and I'm gonna be home in 10 minutes and it'll be ready. You can't do that. Which you couldn't do with meat anyway, because you can't leave your, but you could sure do that with some potatoes or something, but you can't.
So here's the finished version of the chicken meatball. I have them on a tray on some tin foil, so it won't stick to the pan.
A little higher, Dave. Lift it towards your chest. And
Is this better?
tilt it a little bit. Up by your chest. Up by your chest, Dave.
Just don't want them to slide off at all.
Sure, I know. I know. There we go.
And what are
No,
you gonna pair that with, Dave? What are you gonna eat that with?
You can put this with a marinara sauce or a barbecue sauce
We'll just grab
or the salad.
I'm thinking about some hot wing sauce too. And yeah, awesome. So is that your dinner tonight too?
Yeah, this is gonna be my dinner for the night. Yeah.
Those meatballs will go great with the fries.
Oh,
I think so too.
each other, so it would be a long journey. Alan or Flo, do you have any more questions for Dave?
Yeah, I like that, the meatball recipe. And like you said, you can add any kind of seasonings you want. And I think that instead of like, if you want to make barbecue meatball, chicken meatballs, you know, just make it the basic way, and then based on the sauce, after you mostly air fry meatballs, and then you can have your barbecued meatballs, you know, and set them in the air fryer for about 2 more minutes after you baste them.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that with chicken wings before.
Oh, I love big chicken wings.
Like nothing on them, like your seasonings, and then put them back in for like 3 or 4 minutes at
Yes.
a lower temperature
Yeah.
to just kind of set the sauce and so it won't burn.
Well, Flo, just so you know, I happen to have seen the recipe for this on the Cooking Without Looking TV show Facebook page. So you can go there and get it.
Yes. Oh. Alexa, stop.
Yeah,
It's
you
done. Her fries are done.
Hey,
I had my timer on. The other air fryer, the other fries are done.
Yeah.
that
Great.
was fast, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
forgot to mention that these only cook for 10 minutes in the air fryer. They're quick as well.
Oh, good.
Okay.
At 350 as well, Dave, or what?
400.
400. Okay.
How do
Yeah.
you know when they're done?
That'd be a good recipe for me to try on my sister and brother-in-law when I go to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving tomorrow. Chicken and these sweet potato fries, that's going to be a nice meal.
Mm-hmm. Alan had a question about how do you know when they're done, Dave?
I usually use a talking meat thermometer and cook them at about 165 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yes, I have my talking meat thermometer too. I gave away my backup one. So now I have to get another one because somebody needed my backup one because he couldn't see anything.
Oh, it's nice to have backup.
Yep, so I have to buy a new backup one. But the talking meat thermometers are terrific. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. Isn't technology wonderful today?
It is.
All these things, I wish we had them when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do we by any chance have any questions from our audience? Anyone watching today have any questions for Flo or Dave?
I don't see anyone with their little hands up.
Okay.
I don't know how that works.
Don't be shy. You can ask.
Yeah, the fans are quiet.
We got a bunch over here. We got like 9 people here.
Well,
Well,
Dave brought all his friends.
That's true.
Promoting the show all day, so.
Well, guys,
Okay,
really great.
well, thank you, Flo and Dave. And thank all of you for joining us on the Cooking Without Looking Air Fryer edition. Also, a very special thanks to Blind United for your support. If you would like today's recipes, as well as past recipes, and I can tell you, I frequently go and find recipes. Go to the website at www.cookingwithoutlooking.wordpress.com. And you'll find them all there as well as on the Facebook page. Alan.
Well, if you would like to enjoy today's show or past shows, please go to our Cooking Without Looking YouTube channel. And remember to like and subscribe.
Yes.
And if you teach people who are blind or partially sighted, feel free to use the Cooking Without Looking show to teach your students. There's no charge at all. Many teachers around the country and nearly 70 countries are using the Cooking Without Looking TV show to teach their students.
Mm-hmm.
Also, check out the Cooking Without Looking podcast on Spotify and iHeartRadio, or anywhere you get your favorite podcasts. We are also available on all Alexa-enabled devices.
And very importantly, if you would like to donate to Vision World Foundation to help us change the world, the way we see blindness, please go to the website. Again, cookingwithoutlooking.wordpress.com, and click on the link at the top. And if you would like more information, you can call Renee at 305-200-9104. Again, that's 305-200-9104.
And look for our next show in December. On behalf of Sylvia Stinson-Perez, Renee Rentmeester, and all of us at the Cooking Without Looking TV show and Vision World Foundation, thank you and bye for now.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Co-host.
Thank you for being here, Sylvia, and Flo and Dave and everybody who joined.